It's raining automotive action and you've come just to the right place to catch the best of it. You've come to the Times Drive Show. I'm Manav Sinha and every week we bring you India's best automotive action. This week as well, we've got an action-packed lineup for you, come sunshine or come rain. So let's take a look at what's coming your way over the next half an hour. We'll start off with the big change from the house of the Czech automaker. I'm talking about the Skoda Slavia. It's been given a facelift and we'll find out in this episode just what's new. And that's not it. We also bring you a special conversation with Ashish Gupta, brand director of Skoda Auto India. And we'll find out just why Skoda is betting big on sedans. And yes, we'll talk about the superb diesel and the Octavia RS as well. And finally, the big highlight from the August 15th event from Mahindra. मैं बात कर रहा हूँ महिंद्रा स्कॉर्पियो लाइफस्टाइलर की। वो अनवेल हो चुकी है, अगले साल इंडियन मार्केट में आएगी, बट उसकी सारी खबर हम लेकर आए हैं इस एपिसोड में टाइम्स ड्राइव शो पर। तो जैसा कि आपने देखा, काफी कुछ आने वाला है आपकी ओर और आज हमारे साथ है द Mercedes AMG E53 which is a supercar take on how to be fuel efficient. Full story will be coming about this car very soon, but now it's time to talk about the Skoda Slavia. It's been the stronghold of the sedan segment. It's been given a thorough update. I got hold of it and here's everything you need to know about it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Skoda Slavia. लेकिन ये अपडेटेड Skoda Slavia है और इस वीडियो में हम आपको इस गाड़ी के बारे में सब कुछ बताने वाले हैं। क्या क्या चेंजेस आए हैं, क्या नया है, क्या डिफरेंट है, आइए जानते हैं। Let's start with the design of the Skoda Slavia and the big change can be seen right over here and it's within this particular element right here. अब ग्रिल के अंदर भी हमें लाइटिंग एलिमेंट देखने को मिलता है और अगर लाइट्स की बात करें तो हेडलाइट भी अपडेट हो चुका है, जो उसका DRL सिग्नेचर है वो भी अपडेट हो चुका है और साथ ही साथ नीचे आप देख सकते हैं एक नया ज़्यादा शिसेल्ड बम्पर हमें देखने को मिलता है विद दिस वेरी सटल chrome lining over here which I think looks rather tasteful as well. I also like this design element surrounding the grille at the bottom half, all of which makes the car look more sportier than before. The other change that you will see is actually on the side in the form of these new alloy wheels that you can see over here. Here we of course don't get the Monte Carlo badging, we get the regular Skoda badging over here which I've always liked, but इसके अलावा साइड प्रोफाइल में ऐसा कुछ मेजर चेंज हमें देखने को नहीं मिलता है, which means it continues with the similar silhouette as before. Changes, however, can be seen once we come to the back of the Skoda Slavia. Now you get this connected light type of a design which gives it that look, but you of course don't have connected lights. You have Skoda spelled out on the boot lid over here, which is flanked by these new lighting signatures. The shape of the light continues to be the same, but जो light signature है वो change हो गया है. साथ ही साथ अब इसमें sequential turn indicators भी हमें Skoda Slavia में देखने को मिल जाते हैं. Here is where you see the big change, which is the inclusion of new screens on the car. This of course includes a new all-digital instrument cluster over here, which is much easier to read and has much more information on display than before. And you also have this updated infotainment screen over here with the new graphics from Skoda, but it continues to have fantastic touch response. It feels like a proper premium tablet in terms of animations, in terms of the crispness in graphics. This is a properly good experience infotainment system. Features में भी काफ़ी changes हमें देखने को मिलते हैं, which includes the inclusion of a new 360-degree camera, which is now available in the Skoda Slavia as well. This is of course not only going to be available in the topmost model like some other manufacturers do. Skoda हमेशा से अपने वेरिएंट लाइनअप में फीचर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करता है, जिसके चलते ऊपर के जो कुछ वेरिएंट्स हैं वहाँ पर हमें 360 डिग्री कैमरा देखने को मिलेगा. Other than that, हमें यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिकली एडजस्टेबल सीट्स देखने को मिलती है, both for the driver as well as the passenger as well, और साथ ही में सीट वेंटिलेशन भी हमें यहाँ देखने को मिलता है. One thing, however, which I wish Skoda would have changed was this touch-based air con system for the temperature as well as the fan speed. it works fine. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with it, but it's never going to be as good as a physical button, a lever, a toggle, anything of that kind, because it's far easier to use when you're driving, because it falls to your muscle memory much easier. At least during your initial days, you will have to look down to operate the HVAC controls. I wish that was not the case. Rear seat experience की बात करें तो आपको स्पेस का अंदाजा देने के लिए ड्राइवर सीट मैंने अपने हाइट के हिसाब से एडजस्ट कर दी है. For reference I'm 5'10" and you can see I have loads of knee room available over here. I can slide my feet under the seat to find a really comfortable position as well. I get 3 adjustable headrests at the back. I get a drop-down armrest as well. And headroom is decent. I would say if someone is over 6 feet tall, they might find the space to be a little cramped in terms of headroom. But other than that, there's nothing major to complain about. It continues to be a comfortable car and it can be a great car for those looking to have a chauffeur-driven experience. अगर आप उन लोगों में से एक हैं तो ये जो नया फीचर है ये आपको काफ़ी अच्छा लगेगा. वो है ये जो 2 बटन यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं. जी हाँ, Skoda Slavia में पीछे मसाज सीट्स अवेलेबल हो गई हैं, just like the Skoda Kushaq as well, which is something that is unique to the Skoda Slavia. Yes, you do continue to get 2 USB-C ports, rear AC vents as well, and the regular good bits, but the inclusion of massage seats is a good addition. Last but not the least, there is a big change, perhaps the biggest change in the Skoda Slavia, which comes from the drivetrain itself. Let's start with the engine options. They continue to be the same, so you continue to get the 1-liter engine option along with the 1.5-liter engine option, just like before. In the 1.5-liter engine option, you continue to get a manual gearbox option or the 7-speed DSG gearbox. Same for the 1-liter engine option, you do continue to get the option of a manual, of course, but now for the automatic variant option, there is a new 8-speed automatic transmission which is being offered in the Skoda Slavia, which is expected to give much better low-speed drive quality than before. This is of course the same unit that we've seen in the Skoda Kushaq as well, and in there we did notice a noticeable improvement in low-speed handling, in shift timing, in the smoothness of the shifts, and so on. It was a definite upgrade. So it's very heartening to see that the same 8-speed gearbox has made its way to the Skoda Slavia as well. So to sum it all up, the Skoda Slavia was always a car which had very strong core fundamentals, something that a lot of car enthusiasts love and adore. And what Skoda has done with the Slavia facelift is that they've not changed what's not broken. It continues to offer the same set of values and principles, and it can be argued that it continues to offer a similar proposition in terms of appeal as well. Although what they have now done is that they've made the Slavia a much more complete package than before. When it comes to features, when it comes to having unique features like the massage seats, when it comes to having all bases covered, like having a 360-degree camera, all of those things have been covered, and more importantly, it has been given the big update in the form of the new 8-speed transmission with the 1-liter engine option as well. So for me, the Skoda Slavia was always a car that I loved. I can only wait to get my hands on the updated model as well. So that was the Skoda Slavia sedan updated for the year 2026. Now sedans hold a special place in every car enthusiast's heart. A car like the AMG E53 is just the right kind of car that you park not only as a poster in your bedroom but in your heart as well. But if we have to talk about the everyday market, the everyday car that people use for commuting, for weekend getaways and so on, it's no secret that SUVs are the flavor of the season. However, Skoda is betting on sedans. They're saying that not only does the Slavia gets a big update like you just saw, but they're also bringing back the Octavia RS, the performance version of the Octavia, as well as the Superb, and that too with a diesel engine. What's going on over there? Well, I got hold of Ashish Gupta, brand director of Skoda Auto India, to find out more. A lot of action happening at Skoda Auto India, and I've got just the big man to tell us all about it. Hi Ashish.
Hi.
Welcome to Times Drive. Thank you for joining us
for
this
having
conversation.
me. Thank you.
A lot of announcements coming from Skoda, but let's start with how the year has been for Skoda so far in the Indian market.
I think the year has been pretty good. We ended last year with a blockbuster growth of around 100%. Of course, as a sales and marketing guy, I would like that 100% to continue every year, but we know that's not possible. So, our ambition was also to grow 8 to 10% for this year based on last year's results. And the H1 is on track. Yeah, so H1 we sold close to 40,000 cars, which is again around a 8% growth over last year. So far so good, no complaints.
So you're bucking the trend. The industry as a whole is growing, but you're seeing a lot of growth in Skoda, unlike ever before.
Yeah.
What do you think is working? What's the magic sauce?
I think there's no magic sauce. At the end of the day, it's all about the products. You can talk a lot about other things, but if your products are not good, I don't think customers will buy you. So it's a testimony to the customers' love for our cars. We have tried to tailor the cars to India's customers' needs. From the Kayak, which is the most volume segment, which is where the people wanted Skoda to be in. So we brought the Kayak last year, so that's been a runaway success. The mid-size SUV, the Kushaq, is a loved product. The Slavia, we have sold close to 80,000 of the Slavias in India so far. The Kodiaq continues to be loved in its own segment. So I think good products at the end of the day is what makes the difference.
Now, since you spoke about the Slavia, sedan segment today, I think it won't be wrong to say that Skoda is the flag bearer of it, and also for enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So today, when we see a lot of SUVs coming in, why do you think the continued success of sedans keeps happening?
Yeah.
And what role does the Slavia play in that larger picture?
I think if you look at it, you're bang on right that the premium sedan segment itself is a very small part of the Indian market, and not only in India but globally as well. The SUVs are the dominant body style now. But having said that, if you look at Skoda as a brand, we have a legacy of almost 130 years and a sedan legacy starting 90 years back with the first Superb. So from the Superb to the Octavia RS, the Laura, the Rapid earlier, now the Slavia. So it's a continued legacy which has defined the brand, and customers have loved our sedans. Yeah. So this is also a body style which differentiates us from other brands in the world, or even in India. Of course, I have a large SUV portfolio also in India with the Kayak, Kushaq and Kodiaq. But this is one car which continues to define the Skoda essence. Yeah? And that's why it's important for us. It may be a small part of the overall market, but for us, this is an important product. It constitutes 15 to 18% of my sales. The Slavia, as you said, has a 30% segment share. So in some ways, yes, the flag bearer of the sedan segment. So I think a lot of room for this car to grow.
And talking about room for growth, एक बड़ी sedan भी आने वाली है.
Yes, definitely.
You want to share some light on it?
I think yes, as I said before, it's not only about the Slavia today, it's also about continuing the legacy that we have of sedans. So continuing that legacy, we are getting another batch of the Octavia RS. If you remember last year, we had brought the Octavia RS and got sold out in 20 minutes. Yeah. So for the people who had a heartbreak last year, I'm getting another limited batch which will be open for deliveries in October. But we are opening pre-bookings today. But as a special gesture to customers who had their heart broken last year, I'm giving them early access if they want to have that car. Then, of course, the Slavia is the big one, in terms of the upgrade that we are bringing in. But the big news also is that the Superb makes a comeback. Today, we also open expressions of interest for the Superb in diesel for deliveries in end of Q2 next year.
And diesel की अगर बात करें,
जी,
फिर से एक bet हो रहा है diesel पे. And in that price segment and in the luxury space, there's no denying that diesel is the stronghold of the segment. A large chunk of cars are sold with the diesel.
बिल्कुल देखिए, अगर आप मार्केट में भी देखेंगे तो डीजल्स स्लोली अब जो है बड़े इंजन्स की तरफ मूव होते जा रहे हैं. Because with the regulations that as they exist, especially the emission norms and all, smaller diesels are prohibitively expensive technology so far. So I wouldn't read too much into diesel. The first decision or the first objective was to get Superb back into the country. And when जब वो एक बार decision हो गया, तब हमने सोचना शुरू किया कि हम पेट्रोल लाएं कि डीजल लाएं. तो then we settled on कि हम डीजल वापस लाते हैं. So in bigger cars, yes, diesel still makes sense. And I think the Superb diesel एक बार आती है तो फिर देखते हैं कैसा response आता है.
Yeah, and we've got fantastic response from our videos that we covered from the Bharat Mobility Expo. Of the Superb. So a lot of you have been asking about the Superb. You've heard from the big man itself. It is on its way. What about electric cars? You've got a good lineup of cars.
Yes, we have. In Europe, and if you saw in the last 2 months, we have launched two new brand new electric cars. The Peak, which is our now new flagship. then the Epic, which is an affordable EV for Europe right now. The Elrock is the largest selling EV in Europe. So EV portfolio तो हमारे पास है यूरोप में, बट इंडिया में अगर आपको रेलेवेंट EV प्लेयर बनना है तो आपको एक लोकल EV गाड़ी चाहिए जिस पे काम चल रहा है, एंड इन ड्यू कोर्स विल मेक द राइट अनाउंसमेंट्स. बट इन द मीन टाइम जो जिन गाड़ियों की मैंने बात की, पीक, एपिक, एलरॉक, डेफिनेटली इंडिया में क्यों नहीं, एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई एम वर्किंग ऑन.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ashish, for giving us insights into what goes on behind the scenes at the brand. We wish you the best of luck and a very exciting year ahead for Skoda fans in India.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now it's time for a small break on the Times Drive show, but बने रहिए हमारे साथ because वापस आते ही हम आपको दिखाएंगे महिंद्रा का सबसे hyped up प्रोडक्ट जो इंडिया में आने वाला है अगले साल. उसका नाम है Scorpio Lifestyler and yes, it's a Scorpio pickup truck. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Manav Sinha. You're watching the Times Drive show और आज हमारे साथ है the Mercedes AMG E53. Now, in today's episode, we've already spent the first half of the show talking about sedans, which is a body style that pulls at the hearts of every car lover out there. But there's another body shape that's got everyone excited. I'm talking about the pickup body style. The Toyota Hilux and the Isuzu D-Max are already cars that are available with this body style, but it won't be wrong to say that they are not perhaps for everyone out there. Mahindra is planning to change that with the launch of the Scorpio Lifestyler, which will come later next year. We already got hold of it to tell you all about it, so let's head on over to Dhruv Paliwal for more.
अब पिकअप ट्रक्स एक ऐसी कैटेगरी है जो इंडिया में दिन ब दिन पॉपुलर होती जा रही है. ऑप्शन ज्यादा नहीं है एंड महिंद्रा इज लुकिंग टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम विद दिस द स्कॉर्पियो लाइफ स्टाइलर. जी हाँ, बहुत टाइम से न्यूज तो चल रही थी कि स्कॉर्पियो पे बेस पिकअप ट्रक आने वाला है. नाम का किसी को नहीं पता था. इंडिया में इसका नाम रखा गया है स्कॉर्पियो लाइफस्टाइलर. ग्लोबल मार्केट्स में दिस विल जस्ट बी कॉल्ड द लाइफस्टाइलर. तो चलिए एक नजर डालते हैं व्हाट इज द स्कॉर्पियो लाइफस्टाइलर ऑल अबाउट, किस टाइप के एडिशन आपको देखने को मिलेंगे एंड लॉन्च कब होने वाला है, क्या प्राइस एक्सपेक्टेशंस रहने वाली है. लेट्स टेक अ क्विक लुक. अब स्टार्ट करते हैं दिखता कैसा है ये ट्रक. ऑब्वियसली लोग सोच रहे थे कि सब कुछ स्कॉर्पियो पे बेस्ड होगा, बट नो, द डिजाइन लैंग्वेज इज नॉट प्योर स्कॉर्पियो. यहाँ पे इसके इंडिविजुअल अपने टचेस मिलते हैं, जैसे कि ग्रिल नई है, हेडलैम्प स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे नया है एंड जो फ्रंट का फेस है उसकी वाइब ही एक अलग है. आई रियली लाइक जैसे ये बुच एलिमेंट्स है ग्रिल में ओवर हियर, दीज रियली रगेड लुकिंग एलिमेंट्स, दे लेंड अ टच ऑफ डिफरेंस ओवर हियर. मैं कहूंगा ये ट्रक रोड पे दूसरी गाड़ियों से तो काफी अलग दिखने वाला है. साइड की बात करें, काफी बड़ा गैप है यहाँ व्हील वेल में. एक ऑफ रोड रगेबिलिटी जिसे कहते हैं वो चीज यहाँ पे सिग्निफाई करता है. जेके टायर का टायर मेरे को यहाँ पे देखने को मिल रहा है एंड इफ आई हैड टू से इसका साइज, इट्स एन 18 इंच व्हील, इट्स अ 255 सेक्शन टायर और 65 का ये प्रोफाइल है. अब पीछे की तरफ आते हैं, यू ऑब्वियसली सी द ब्लैक आउट बिट्स ओवर देयर एंड यहाँ पे भी एक बड़ा सा ओआरवीएम देखने को मिलता है. यू गॉट दीज रेगुलर डोर हैंडल्स ओवर हियर एंड पीछे की तरफ आएंगे. अगेन पीछे का एरिया बाहर से देखने में तो ठीक ठाक साइज का लग रहा है, बट अल्टीमेटली सेकंड रो में पीछे स्पेस कितनी होने वाली है, दैट्स गोइंग टू बी अ बिग थिंग फॉर दिस कार. अब पीछे का बेड है, आप ऊपर से एक बार देख पाएंगे यहाँ पे काफी सारा स्पेस है. नाउ महिंद्रा इज कॉलिंग दिस a mid-size pickup truck, and for a mid-size pickup truck I think that is a lot of space over there. Now let me give you a bigger look, a better look at the bed over here. As you can see, there's a lot of space and intrusion size se zyada nahi hai, so you'll be able to really store some good stuff in here and even make great modifications as well. पीछे के डिजाइन की अगर बात करें तो दिस इज व्हाट इट लुक्स लाइक. महिंद्रा लाइफस्टाइलर, दैट्स ऑल दैट इज रिटन देयर. यहाँ पे एक कैमरा भी देखने को मिल रहा है एंड दिस इज रियली हाउ यू ओपन द बेड. पीछे का डिजाइन एलिमेंट्स भी आगे से मैच करते हुए हैं एंड आई रियली लाइक द फैक्ट कि स्कॉर्पियो की जो ट्रेडिशनल लुक है महिंद्रा ने पूरी तरीके से यहाँ कॉपी नहीं करी है. सो व्हेन इज द महिंद्रा स्कॉर्पियो लाइफस्टाइलर गोइंग टू बी लॉन्च्ड इन इंडिया? वेल, महिंद्रा सेज April 2027 is when it will hit showroom floors. And starting price की अगर बात करें that's going to be less than 19.79 lakh rupees. Well, that's a good starting point for a car like this. But that's not enough for this video. They've also shown us 3 different renditions of what the Scorpio Lifestyler can look like. Let's take a look. So this is the first rendition I want to show you over here. This is called the Scorpio Lifestyler Reef and ये surfing enthusiast के लिए बनाया गया है. आप देख सकते हैं ऊपर एक सर्फ बोर्ड लगाने की जगह है. इसके जो कलर्स हैं, जो ग्राफिक्स हैं, डीकैल्स हैं, इवन वो सर्फिंग से इंस्पायर्ड है. अब जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं साइड में काफी सर्फिंग इंस्पायर्ड डीकैल्स यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं. ऊपर का सर्फ बोर्ड तो मैं आपको दिखा ही चुका हूँ. एंड ओवरऑल जो है इस वाइप की कार वो वाली है जो बीच ले जाए, सर्फिंग करे. चलिए नेक्स्ट रेंडिशन देखते हैं. नाउ व्हाट यू सी बिहाइंड मी, दिस इज द महिंद्रा स्कॉर्पियो लाइफस्टाइलर ट्रेल एडिशन. अब बेसिकली अगर आप ऑफ रोडिंग करते हैं, काफी ज्यादा इंथुजियास्टिक है ऑफ रोडिंग के बारे में, दिस इज द वन दैट विल वर्क फॉर यू. पहली बात तो अगेन डीकैल्स कलर जो है ऑफ रोडिंग से मैच करते हुए हैं. ऊपर आपको दिखेगा ट्रैक्शन पैड्स रखे हुए हैं. बेसिकली आप कहीं फंस जाए तो इन्हें टायर्स के नीचे लगा के आप वहां से निकल सकते हैं. टायर्स अगर फट जाए, खराब हो जाए तो पीछे आपको बेड में 2 टायर्स यहाँ पे लोडेड भी मिलने वाले हैं. नाउ दिस वर्जन इज गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर यू if you really spend your life off road. And there's one more thing जो मुझे इसकी बड़ी अच्छी लगी. Generally ट्रक्स एंड ऑल में चढ़ने के लिए नीचे फुटस्टेप होता है. यहाँ पे काफी ट्रक्स में है, but this one's got like dedicated one for the front door and the rear door. It's a real cool feature and it's a really little neat design touch that I really like. Now let's check out the third version. Now this is the third rendition of the Scorpio Lifestyle I want to show you. This is called the Valley Edition. The first major change over here is ये देख रहे हैं हेला ब्लैक मैजिक की ऑक्सिलरी लाइट्स आपको यहाँ पे स्टैंडर्ड देखने को मिल रही हैं इस कार पे. साथ ही साथ ऊपर की तरफ देखेंगे एक टॉप बॉक्स माउंटेड है. यहाँ पे आप काफी सारा सामान स्टोर कर पाएंगे. पीछे की तरफ आएंगे डिफरेंट स्टाइल ऑफ डीकैल्स यहाँ पे देखने को मिलेगी. कॉन्टूर लाइंस है एंड एज यू कैन सी इसका नाम वैली यहीं पे लिखा हुआ है. ना हु इज दिस एडिशन geared towards? Well, ये उनके लिए है जो घर से निकलते हैं और वापस आने का नाम ही नहीं लेते हैं. Who want to spend days, months on the road and they want all kind of functionality. उनके लिए ये वाला वर्जन of the Scorpio Lifestyler काफी अच्छे से काम करने वाला है. Now that was it for this video of the Scorpio Lifestyler.
And with that, we've come to the end of this edition of the Times Drive Show. उम्मीद है आपको हमारा शो पसंद आया होगा. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, कुछ बताना चाहते हैं या हमारी टीम के साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो टाइम्स ड्राइव के सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स पर हमें रीच आउट जरूर करें. And if you're planning to buy a new car, a new motorcycle, or perhaps something as gorgeous as a Mercedes AMG E53, then make sure you visit timesdrive.in to catch all the necessary information to make the right purchase. With that, I take your leave. I'll catch you same time next week only on the Times Drive Show.